offering. We might as well start with the chai offering.
Yeah, start with the chai. And then page 1, yeah?
It's on page 22. It's extensive offering there. I'll do that. Page 22 in the practice.
So that's food offering as opposed to chai.
Don't worry. Yeah, starting page 22.
It's any offering. It's a generic offering. Okay. So good morning, everyone, and happy Labab Du Chen. We're celebrating the Buddha's descent from Tashita heaven, where he went to teach Mahadevi and his mother, who passed away a week after his birth, and then many others and so forth. So we have the karma to have the connection. Thankfully, the Buddha came down again and took birth, Siddhartha Gautama of the Shakya clan. We have the karma to have the connection with the Buddha of this age, this eon, and to have received the teachings, and even the aspiration to engage in the practice. So when we start the practice here at Chenrezig, or is it the beginning of the first session, we do the calling the Guru from afar. So we'll do that, and then we'll subsequently go into the home money retreat session to inspire and support those who are doing at home, and all the information's online, how to get the practice and so forth. So just setting a strong motivation of bodhicitta for this practice. And how fortunate we are. I'm thinking that especially today, every moment of breath, of virtuous thought. And they say we have something like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,000. There's the various numbers given of thoughts a day. So that makes them all virtuous ones, because we get 100 million times the merit for all of that, including our practice. And then Venerable Dachin here has kindly made some chai for us to offer. So we'll also, in the home mani retreat session, at the end, there's what's called a food offering pair, but you can also use it for drink offering if it's not appropriate, if you're not having lunch or whatever at the time of doing this, and you've got a tea or something to offer. So we're going to be offering chai here. Thinking, the purpose of my life is to free, we can say together, the purpose of my life is to free all sentient beings from all their suffering and its causes, and bring them to full enlightenment. Therefore, I must achieve enlightenment. Therefore, I'm going to practice the yoga of offering the blissful drink, offering to the Guru, the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha, and making charity to all sentient beings. So offer numberless oceans of uncontaminated nectar to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Compassion Buddha, in human form, as well as to all your direct and indirect gurus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Arhats, Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma protectors. The essence of all of them is your root guru, your virtuous friend. The nectar generates infinite bliss within them. Prostrate to all of them with your two palms together. Oops, can't hold that and do that at the same time. Offer numberless oceans of uncontaminated nectar to all the Buddhas, Dharma, and Sangha of the 10 directions, imagining that their essence is your root virtuous friend. The nectar generates infinite bliss within them. Prostrate to all of them. To all the gurus, to Shakyamuni Buddha, to all the lineage lamas, everybody. Offer numberless oceans of uncontaminated nectar to all the statues, stupas, scriptures, and tankas in all the universes of the 10 directions, imagining that their essence is your root virtuous friend. The nectar generates infinite bliss within them. Prostrate to all of them. Make charity of numberless oceans of uncontaminated nectar to every hell being, every hungry ghost, every animal, every human being, every Ashura being, every Shura being, every intermediate state being. They all enjoy the nectar and are liberated from all their suffering as well as causes. They all become enlightened in the aspect of compassion Buddha. Chenrezig. We have collected limitless skies of merit with our motivation of bodhicitta. We have collected limitless skies of merit by having made offerings to Compassion Buddha and to the rest of the merit field. We have collected limitless skies of merit by having made offerings to all the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha of the 10 directions. We have collected 4 times limitless skies of merit by having made offerings to all the statues, stupas, scriptures, and tankas in the 10 directions. We have collected 7 times limitless skies of merit by having made charity to all sentient beings. We have also collected so many limitless skies of merit by having prostrated with our 2 palms together to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and all the numberless holy objects. So then we'll chant the offering prayer for blessing the tribe. Lama Sanye Lama Chudi Chin Lama Gedunte Puni Je Polama Te Lama Namla Due to all these merits and the past, present, and future, merits collected by me, and all the merits of the 3 times collected by others, may I, the members of my family, or the students and benefactors of the FPMT, and all other sentient beings, never be separated from the Guru Triple Gem. Always collect merit by making offerings and receive the blessings of the Guru Triple Gem, which are the realizations from Guru devotion up to enlightenment, especially bodhicitta and clear light. May all these realizations be actualized within my own mind and the mind of all sentient beings without even a second's delay. Due to all these past, present, and future merits collected by me, the merits of the 3 times collected by others which are empty, may the I, which is empty, achieve enlightenment, which is empty, and lead all sentient beings who are empty to that enlightenment, which is empty, by myself alone, who is empty. So then we'll turn to in our money retreat book here, session 1, which is a bit longer, but just do the calling the Guru from afar. So it's not in the home retreat 1, but it's a very auspicious day, so let's offer that. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. The wisdom of great bliss of all Buddhas one tastes with the Dharmakaya is itself the ultimate nature of all kind Lamas. I beseech you, Lama Dharmakaya, please look after me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. Wisdom's own illusory appearance, the conqueror with 7 branches, is itself the ultimate basis of emanation of all kind Lamas. I beseech you, Lama Sambhogakaya, please look after me always, without separation, in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The play of the various emanations suiting the dispositions of the many to be subdued is itself the behavior of the Sambhogakaya of the kind Lamas. I beseech you, Lama Namanakaya, please look after me always, without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The play of the inseparable three kayas appearing in the form of the Lama is itself one with the very essence of all kind Lamas. I beseech you, Lama, the inseparable three kayas, please look after me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. All the infinite, peaceful, and lawful yidams are also the Lama's nature, and since no yidam exists apart from the kind Lama himself, I beseech you, Lama, who comprises all yidams, please look after me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The ordinary form of all Buddhas arises in the aspect of the Lama. Therefore, no Buddhas are observed apart from the kind Lama himself. I beseech you, Lama, who comprises all Buddhas, please look after me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The very form of all conquerors, wisdom, compassion, and power arises as the Lama. Therefore, the supreme Arya lords of the three families are also the kind Lama himself. I beseech you, Lama, who combines three families in one. Please look after me always, without separation, in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The 105 and 3 families, however many elaborated, are the Lama. The pervasive Lama himself, in whom they are all included, is also the Lama. I beseech you, Lama, as master of all the families, please look after me always, without separation, in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The creator of all Buddhas, Dharma, and Sangha is the Lama. The one who combines all three refuges is the kind Lama himself. I beseech you, Lama, whose presence combines all refuges, please look after me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. Thinking of how the actual form of all the Buddhas arises in the aspect of the Lama and mercifully looks after me reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of how you show the excellent, unmistaken path to me, an unfortunate, wretched being, abandoned by all the Buddhas, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of this excellent body, highly meaningful and difficult to obtain, and wishing to take its essence with unerring choice between gain and loss, happiness and suffering, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the experience of not knowing what to do when the great fear of death suddenly descends upon me, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the experience of just now suddenly separating from all the perfections of this life, going on alone, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the experience of my naked body falling into the terrifying fires of hell and being unable to bear it, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of how the suffering of hunger and thirst without a drop of water is directly experienced in the unfortunate predator realm reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of how very repulsive and wretched it is to become a foolish, stupid animal and what it would be like to experience it myself reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the refuge to protect me from this, since I am now about to fall into the wretched states of bad migration, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of how white and black actions are experienced and how to practice thorough and precise engagement and restraint reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of a method to escape this prison of endless existences, source of all suffering, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the plight of my pitiful mothers of old, pervasive as space, fallen amidst the fearful ocean of samsara and tormented there, reminds me of you, Lama. Therefore, Lama, please bless me to generate in my mental continuum effortless experience of the profound three principles of the path and the 2 stages. Please bless me to strive in one pointed practice of the 3 trainings with the intense thought of renunciation in order to reach the secure state of liberation. Please bless me to train in the precious Supreme Bodhicitta with a special attitude, taking responsibility to liberate all migrators by myself alone. Please bless me to follow after the ocean of conquerors with the will to cross the very end of great waves of deeds of the conqueror's children. Please bless me to realize the supreme view, free of extremes, in which emptiness and dependent arising, appearance and emptiness complement each other. Please bless me to quickly generate the experience of taking the 3 paths into the path, right in the basis of birth, death, and bardo. Please bless me to arise as the illusory divine body itself, the player of the four joys and four emptinesses, when the wind and mind absorb in the central channel. Please bless me to meet the ultimate Lama, the bare face of my innate mind, with a covering of perception of truth existence and perceiving it as true removed. Please bless me to be one with your three sequence Lama in the vast Dharmakaya of great bliss, which has exhausted the elaborations of the two obscurations. In short, please abide inseparably in the center of my heart until the great enlightenment, and mercifully bless me, the child, to follow after you, the Father. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. So then we'll turn to page 17. So this is the main session for the Home Money Retreat. We can pause here to, again, set our bodhicitta motivation and rejoicing that the Money Retreat has, in many different manifestations, continued here at Chenrezig Institute every year. So we do from Lababdu Chen to Sakadawa, you know, many people doing at home and counting, you know, their malas of manis. So, and the information about sending those to Carolyn is there. And I think Carolyn's been looking after it for all those 20 years since December 2000, when Rinpoche came and did the teachings of the Money Retreat. So you can get that at lamayeshi.com. So how amazing, you know, that's truly wonderful. And, you know, maybe we achieve the goal worldwide collectively of 100 million manis every year. I don't think we've actually achieved that goal yet, but as many as we can for the benefit of the world. And we can hold in mind, of course, particularly the world at the moment and all the difficulties and problems all the people are suffering. COVID, and however people are affected by that, those who passed away, those who are grieving, those who are treating in, you know, the medics on the front line, and all the sort of world leaders and state leaders and local leaders having to make decisions, and the state of confusion everyone's in, and the whole world's affected, the economy's affected, people are affected, you know, animals are affected. So holding all these beings in mind. So we start with the front visualization. If you have the initiation of 1,000-armed Chenrezig, here you may visualize yourself as the deity, otherwise visualizing in front like we have here, beautiful Chenrezig statue. With firm concentration, first visualize in the space in front of you the divine form of the 1,000-armed Avalokiteshvara, Chenrezig, who is the embodiment of the infinite Buddha's compassion wisdom. He stands on a lotus and moon seat. His body is in the nature of white light, youthful looking and decorated with magnificent jeweled ornaments. So just visualizing pure white light, so not in the nature of a statue, 3D solid, but in the nature of light, not flat like a Natanka. Really feel that you're in the presence of Chenrezig. He has 11 faces. His central face is white, the right green, and the left red. Above those, his central face is green, the left white, and the right red. Above those, his central face is red, the left green, and the right white. Above those is a dark blue face in wrathful aspect with orange hair standing erect. And on the very top is the red-coloured Amitabha Buddha in peaceful and smiling aspect. I think that Chenrezig, you know, the gentle smile, delighting in your practice, delighting in your endeavours to practice. And having eyes of greatest compassion, being able to benefit all sentient beings, fulfill all their wishes. Two hands are clasped at his heart, holding the wish-fulfilling gem, Mani. On his right, the next hand is in the mudra of giving realizations. The next bears a Dharma chakra, turning the wheel of Dharma. And the uppermost bears a mala, a rosary, reminding you to recite the mantra. On his left, the next hand bears a vase containing the nectar of his divine compassionate wisdom. The next holds a bow and arrow, symbolizing defeat of the four maras. So there's mara of death, mara of the aggregates, the gross body and the mental, the afflictions, and then the mara personified, which is the obstructors to our Dharma practice, so overcoming those. And the uppermost bears the white lotus, the purest of flowers, although born out of mud. The other 992 hands are also in the mudra of giving the highest realizations. The skin of an antelope is draped over his left shoulder, symbolizing that hatred is overcome completely by peaceful, compassionate wisdom. I think that he's surrounded by the full moon as his aura, entire visualization of the nature of light, and is radiating rainbow-like colors, white, red, blue, yellow, green, in all directions, all beings. So as much as we can, holding that visualization, we'll recite refuge and bodhicitta. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. Due to the merits of giving and so forth, may I achieve Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. Due to the merits of giving and so forth, may I achieve Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. Due to the merits of giving and so forth, may I achieve Buddhahood in order to benefit migrating beings. With the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach the essence of enlightenment. With perseverance for the welfare of sentient beings due to wisdom with mercy, I take a place in the presence of the Buddhas and generate the mind of complete enlightenment. With the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha until I reach the essence of enlightenment. With perseverance for the welfare of sentient beings due to wisdom with mercy, I take a place in the presence of the Buddhas and generate the mind of complete enlightenment. With the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach the essence of enlightenment. With perseverance for the welfare of sentient beings due to wisdom with mercy, I take a place in the presence of the Buddhas and generate the mind of complete enlightenment. So with the four immeasurables, we'll pause after each immeasurable thought to infuse that aspiration in our mind. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings not be separated from the happiness that is without suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment and hatred for those held close and distant. And 7 limb offering. I prostrate to the holy body of the Supreme Arya, the great compassionate one, and make each and every offering, those actually arranged and those mentally transformed. I confess all negativities and transgressions collected since beginningless time, and rejoice in the virtues of ordinary beings and Aryas. Please remain supremely until psychic existence is empty, and turn the wheel of Dharma for the sake of my greaters. I dedicate the merits of myself and others to the great enlightenment. Offering a mandala. Sashi Purki Shushin Meto Ramari Rablinchi Nite Hermadi Saide Shindu Nite Oa Yitro Kunanda The objects with which my greed, hatred, and confusion grow, friends, enemies, strangers, body, and possessions, I offer without hesitation. Graciously accept them and bless me to be free from the free poisons upon their incurrence. Please bless me that the lives of the glorious Gurus be long, that there be happiness and comfort everywhere, equaling space, and that myself and others, without exception, accumulate the collections of merit and wisdom, purify the obscurations, and quickly achieve Buddhahood. So here, this requesting prayer, there's a chanting tune that goes with that one, so we can do that one, or if you're not familiar with that, you can just recite through. O Arya, compassionate eyed one, who is the treasure of compassion, I request you, please listen to me. Please guide myself, mothers and fathers, in all 6 realms to be free quickly from the great ocean of samsara. I request that the vast and profound, peerless awakening mind may grow with the tear of your great compassion. Please cleanse all karmas and illusions. Please lead with your hand of compassion me and my greatest to fields of bliss. Please Amitabha and Chenresi in all my lives, be virtuous friends, show well beyond deceptive your heart, and quickly place us in Buddha's state. May I, the members of my family, and all living beings be guided by you, compassion Buddha, in all our lifetimes. Idam Muratna Mandala Kamniraya foundation of all good qualities, Lam Rinpoche. The foundation of all good qualities is a kind and guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate the mind that unceasingly day and night takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white karma follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful to abandon even the slightest negativities and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Seeking samsaric pleasures is a door towards suffering. They are uncertain and cannot be relied upon. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate the strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great caution arise. The root of the teachings is keeping the Pradamoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all mother migratory beings. Please bless me to see this, train in supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop only bodhicitta, but I don't practice the 3 types of morality, I will not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I have pacified distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyzed the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of calm abiding and special insight. Having become a pure vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the 2 attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I have become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and pledges like my life. Then, having realized the importance of the 2 stages, the essence of the Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the gurus who show the noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it have long lives. Please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. And then visualization for our mantra recitation. So there's a number of different visualizations here, but we'll start with the visualization of Chenrezig. So re-establishing our previous visualization. And then on a moon disk at Arya Chenrezig's heart is the concentration being, the syllable Shri, surrounded by garlands of the mantra to be recited, Om Mani Padme Hum, white in color and standing clockwise. Light rays radiate from them, filling all the insides of one's body and purifying all negativities and obscurations. Light rays radiate outwards, from which a limitless assembly of deities of the great compassionate one are emitted, purifying the negativities and obscurations of all sentient beings and setting them in the state of Arya Chenrezig. These then collect back and dissolve into the Shri at the heart of Arya Chenrezig. So there are a number of other options for meditating while reciting the mantra. So maybe I'll just read through them all quickly so you have them, and then at different sessions you can choose different topics and so forth, depending on how many sessions you're doing. or ones that particularly resonate with you. You can also meditate on the following recitations while reciting the mantra. Meditate on the topics within the Lam Rim, such as the stages of the path to enlightenment, impermanence and death, the law of cause and effect, the opportunities provided by a precious human rebirth to develop spiritually, great compassion and bodhicitta, the desire to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings in order to lead them all to enlightenment. Okay, so it's one. Or meditate on the meaning of the mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om, the holy body, speech and mind of the Buddha, Mani, the jewel of compassion, Padme, the lotus representing the wisdom realizing emptiness, and Hum, the union of compassion and wisdom. Alternately, send out light rays of compassion to beings in the 6 realms to relieve their suffering, such as cooling breezes down to the hot hells, or warmth and sunshine to the beings in the cold hells, delicious food and drink to the hungry ghosts, and imagine that they're completely blissed out, fully satiated, and enjoy it. So if that's not something familiar to you, or in any case, think of the suffering of the humans and animals in this world system. Imagine relieving their suffering, the sick, the dying, the homeless, those who've lost a loved one, those suffering from COVID or the impact of COVID-19, particularly, and other diseases and so forth. Many people have died this year, not of COVID, but also many have, and many have fear of that and anxiety that's coming about, you know, the fear and anxiety and the separation people have, families, all the sufferings, you can just call them all to mind. Or the suffering of animals, especially those used for experimentation or exploitation, battery hens trapped in cages, or, you know, cattle being sent off, and the ones who died was that cattle off Japan in this ship, and so forth. Or you can meditate on the appearance of Chenrezig, as we've been doing, as being of pure light, and visualize the details of his holy body as clearly as possible. The faces, the 1,000 arms, the sacred ornaments. Think about Chenrezig as the embodiment of all the Buddhas, which is a representation of your own Buddha nature, and in this way, getting closer to, you know, the deity, but also your own pure altruistic intention, your pure good heart. Okay, so if you haven't already blessed the mantra before the session or before the day, we have this bless the mala for the recitation. Sorry. I don't know how to bless the mantra. Sorry. We have that, so we can do that. Om Richira Mani Pravatile Home, 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 and then blow. Okay, so then the recitation of the manis, so you keep a count of the number of malas, and we'll collect them at the end of the session. So you write them down at the end of the session, and then Carolyn Crossman. So I think you have her email, and you know, every so often send her your counts. So we'll recite together here now, just a couple together slowly, and then we'll continue individually, you know, softly. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. So you can think about the benefits also, you can read about that, the benefits of reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, not to go extensively, but just Lamazoka Rinpoche says that, you know, if beings, you do 10 malas, 10 times round, any beings that touches your skin or even the air that touches your skin get blessed. So you go into the water and all those beings in the water get blessed. Also says you'll be protected from snakes. So from harm, from, you know, beings such as snakes. Anyway, there's many, obviously more, you know, bodhicitta and spiritual benefits of that you can read about. Okay, and so then dedicating all our merits of this practice, on this very auspicious day, 100 million times the merit, dedicating all of that. Due to the 3 times merit collected by me and by others, which are merely labelled by the mind, is mere imputation. May the I, which is merely labelled by the mind, completely empty of existing from its own side. So whatever understanding of emptiness and dependent arising, you know, meditate that briefly. Achieve Guru Chenresik's enlightenment, which is merely labelled by the mind and is a total hallucination. And lead all sentient beings who are merely labelled by the mind, who are dependent arising, to that enlightened state, which is merely labelled by the mind, completely empty of existing from its own side. By myself alone, who is merely labelled by the mind, a total hallucination. Due to all the 3 times merits collected by me and others, whatever kind of life I experience, happy or suffering, healthy or unhealthy, gain or loss, rich or poor, living or even dying, even rebirth in a hell realm, may all these experiences and every action I do from now on be most beneficial for all sentient beings, causing them to achieve enlightenment as quickly as possible. May whatever happens in my life be most beneficial for all sentient beings. Even if I receive criticism from people, may it be most beneficial for sentient beings. Even if I receive praise from others, may it be most beneficial for sentient beings. If I am healthy, or even if I have a sickness such as cancer, may it be most beneficial for all sentient beings. Due to the 3 times merits collected by me, by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and by other sentient beings, may the pure teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa, the unification of Sutra and Tantra, be actualized immediately in my mind and in the minds of the members of my family, or the students and benefactors of the FPMT, and all other sentient beings. May the teachings of the Buddha in general and of Lama Tsongkhapa in particular spread in all directions and flourish forever, and may I be able to cause this by myself alone. May the precious body-mind, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have not declined, but increase forevermore. Due to these merits, may I quickly become the great compassionate one, and place all migrating beings without exception in that very state. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samattabhadra realize things as they are, I also dedicate all these merits in the best way so that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all the roots of virtue with dedication praised as the best by the victorious one of the 3 times, so I might perform the noble Bodhisattva's deeds. Due to all these merits, may all the Father and Mother sentient beings have all happiness, and may all the lower realms be empty forever. Wherever there are bodhisattvas, may all their prayers be accomplished immediately, and may I cause all this by myself alone. So then we'll offer the long life prayers for His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Lamazoka Rinpoche. It's not in this sadhana, but if you know anything good to put in here, of course. Gangri wawe kowe shinkam di pandan dewa malu jowe ne chenre zikwan tenzin yatso yi shape site badu tengur ji tu su sha chin jangur yawe tenzin yom elwe Chosum puere montuju pada soju shegondu shatenju. So then on the verse of auspiciousness, if you have the empowerment, then you can ring the bell. I think it's good to ring the bell for the verse of auspiciousness. May the source of benefit and goodness, the doctrine spread and expand. May the beings upholding the doctrine have excellent health, and may the source of happiness and well-being for all embodied beings, the doctrine of the Buddha, always increase.
Great, thank you.
So enjoy your home money retreat, everybody. Don't forget, count the mantras, the full complete malas of them, and send them to Carolyn Crossman. Information will be online, and everyone here, if we get a bit of paper, we can accumulate those. I'll send them off to Carolyn. Peace.